the only problem in LA slow start, or do we got to give some criticism to Frank Vogel and his inability to mesh all these different guys that the Lakers have brought in this offseason? What say you? Yo, leave your comments in the show notes and I'll be sure to answer your questions to these NBA issues with the Sixers, Celtics, and the Lakers on next week's show. Listen, y'all, we're going to take a quick timeout. We're going to take a TO real quick. Make sure y'all keep your popcorn, y'all drinks ready, because y'all keep the snacks ready on deck for your boy, okay? Because when we come back, we're going to cover the NFL. We're going to move the chains. We're going to talk about the whole Aaron Rodgers situation, his immunization situation that Green Bay is going through right now. On top of, let's talk about the Henry Ruggs issue from last week as well. We're going to get into that and more on the other side. Y'all don't go anywhere. Period. Point blank. All right? Come back for more. This is the Champions Lounge. What's happening, my good people? Welcome back inside the Champions Lounge. It's your chill brother from another Mr. All About My Biz. And y'all say it with me now. I'm just handling my biz so I can take care of my future kids. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, every single day it's all about building that legacy that you want for you and yours and laying the foundation for generations to come, because that's, to me, what champions do. Listen, y'all already know the deal by now. Go to Spotify, Anchor, Spreaker, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. The YouTube channel is the Champions Lounge. Also, follow the page on IG at _champions_lounge, where we will have exclusive content each and every solitary week. Where, listen, we're going to give you that barbershop talk, but make sure you leave out with that champions walk, all right? We're going to keep you mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and psychologically prepared to be fearless, focused, and ferocious to get and maintain and overachieve your goals that you have each and every week. Because listen, man, 2021 is almost over, y'all. We got like 50-some days left in 2021. That was fast, yo. Seriously. But as champions, we got to have a vision for 2022. So listen, we got to get things right. We got to get things popping. We got to write the vision and make it plain. You feel what I'm saying? All right? So listen, we can't go forward without going back and paying homage to the past. And with all that being said, you already know what time it is. It's time of the show for the trivia question of the day. Okay, y'all. So this week's trivia question of the day is it's a little interesting. Name the New York Yankees player who was arrested after a game in 1983. And tell me, what was the reason for this player's particular arrest? Very interesting trivia question of the day. I'll be sure to give you the answer to the trivia question of the day right before we get into Stop Playing. All right, so listen, you already know what time it is. Last week, it's a lot to say about last week. We're going to get right into it momentarily. But it's the time of the show where it's time for us to simply move the chains. All right, yo. So in this week's Moving the Chains, we're going to go through the NFL. Got some news going on. Got a lot of things happening, okay? But we got to first start with what happened last week with Aaron Rodgers being tested positive for COVID-19 and the backlash that happened after finding out that he truly wasn't vaccinated. Now, back in August, let's give you the review of everything that you probably know by now. Aaron Rodgers, back in August, said that, yeah, I'm immunized. If I could get it out. Immunized. the Packers and the NFL decide, oh, okay, yeah, we can go with that. We can rock with that. Come to find out that Aaron Rodgers has pretty much said that, I'm allergic to different things within Moderna and the Pfizer vaccine. My thing within this, and I've had time to kind of listen to different remarks that Aaron Rodgers has made in regards to, his whole status, etc., whatever the case might be. I'm not taking anything away from the fact that, he's legitimately saying that I'm allergic to different things within different parts of the COVID-19 vaccine. Now, I've had different people that I know that have had an allergic reaction to different parts of the vaccine, different shots, where they've had different reactions, etc. So I'm not discounting the fact that Aaron Rodgers could have a legitimate claim to, I had an allergic reaction, or I'm allergic to some of these different things and I know how my body is going to react to them. However, putting on this facade as if, I'm good, when really you're not technically good according to NFL standards, is beyond me. And the fact that the NFL now wants to kind of crack down on things when you probably should have looked further into that, because everybody else has been like, I've got the COVID-19 vaccine. Why did Aaron Rodgers decide to be a little different? I mean, the NFL looks into all these other different aspects of things, but didn't have the premonition to look further into his claim that I'm immunized, if that's the word. My thing is, why didn't you take further calls of action? Why didn't you be more proactive instead of reactive? Now you got the NFL looking to fine possibly the Green Bay Packers, different other ramifications for Aaron Rodgers after the fact. The Halloween party where he was dressed up as John Wick and he didn't have a mask on. My man hasn't had a mask on all season. All season. And now everyone's like, oh my gosh, like, why didn't he tell us, or whatever the case might be? To me, two people are accountable for this: the Green Bay Packers organization and the NFL, on top of Aaron Rodgers' responsibility as well to this, okay? The NFL is responsible for making sure that the players are being as safe as possible in this particular situation. The Green Bay Packers are supposed to make sure that, okay, yeah, it's your personal decision, but at the same time, we would like to know, because we are your employer and we want to make sure we follow the guidelines of what the NFL has to say. The NFL is responsible because, okay, you guys are supposed to make sure, okay, how many of our players are actually truly vaccinated. Now, the NBA made sure. You had the whole Andrew Wiggins, the Kyrie Irving situation that's continuing to go forth right now. All this other type of stuff. I'm just appalled at the fact that the NFL decided that, it's Aaron Rodgers, so we don't really have to go deeper into the situation. Now, if it was someone else, I'm pretty sure the NFL would have a whole investigation, etc., etc. I just don't like the reactionary response of the NFL instead of the proactive approach that would pretty further clarify Aaron Rodgers' claim, especially when it has been different than every other player in the NFL. That's just my take on it. But, should Aaron Rodgers be suspended for not properly communicating his full status of whether or not he is vaccinated or not? What say you? Leave your comments in the show notes, and I'll be sure to answer those questions as well on next week's show. All right. Moving forward with the NFL, we got to talk about the situation with Henry Ruggs. Didn't really talk about it last week. I kind of wanted some more information in regards to the situation as a whole, but hearing more now after the case and him being released by the Raiders, and now hearing that it could be 40 years that this young man could serve in jail because of a tremendously asinine decision-making process. Bro, you threw away your life for a moment of pleasure and trying to flaunt, and someone's life had to be taken out because of that. Now, different conversations that me and my pop have and other people have as well. Like, yo, could have easily decided to get a Uber, a Lyft, could have had someone, your designated driver, to drive you home. The crazy thing about it is this happened right after practice. My guy, you had to get lit like that after practice? Practice? Yeah, we talk about practice. Bruh, you got your family pretty much out of poverty by you working your tail off to get to your NFL dream. And in maybe like an hour or so, whatever the case might be, a terrible decision within that moment has cost you, your family, and probably your future a chance at being wealthy for years to come and stopping possibly the generational curse that surrounded your family. Because for a lot of African Americans, minorities, getting to a professional athlete status helps you get your family out as well. And it shouldn't just fall on the responsibility of just this young man right here. It shouldn't be on this young brother's shoulders to be like, okay, I got to be the one that gets my family completely out. No, everyone plays their part. But at the same time, if your part is the monumental part, you don't want to jeopardize what it does to your family just by you wanting to flaunt your new car in front of everybody else, man. It ain't all about flossing, bruh. And now somebody else's family is going to be grieving for the rest of their life because of the fact that you wanted to be out here showing off your car, trying to be on your Ric Flair status, and end up killing somebody. And right before their life actually began. Your life is done, bruh. Your life is done. And it saddens me because I'm like, society has always put this black cloud around the African American athlete because of the different decisions that we make. Now, listen, we're all subject to different decisions that we all make. We all are. No one's exempt. You make a bonehead decision, then you have to reap the consequences of your decision making. However, in this particular case, it's another sad case of a brother making a bonehead decision that's going to have lifetime ramifications for years to come because he wanted to show off what he got instead of making sure he kept that money in his pocket and his family's pocket. Sad case once again on what happens when you only care about how you look and not what's going to happen if I make this particular decision. Henry Ruggs, pray nothing but the best for you and your family, and my condolences to the family that has been affected because of this particular tragedy. All right, moving forward to a more positive light, or for me, it was a negative light last week, because last week I did something that I've never done before. I went 0 for 6 on my pick six. 0 for 6 on my pick six? Are you kidding me? I mean, but listen, to my defense, last week was upset central around NFL. I mean, even the Jaguars beat the Bills in an ugly game, 9-6. Okay? It was a whole bunch of upsets going on everywhere around the NFL last week. So, to my defense, it was one of those anomalies that probably won't happen again. And I'm going to go with that going into this week. With all of that being said, okay, I brushed myself off like we talked about in the opening. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it going. We're 24-24. We're right at 500 for the season right now. We're almost midway through the season